胸にしみる空の輝き
In World War II era Japan, we explore the joys, struggles, and tragedies in the life of a young woman named Suzu. What really works about this movie is that it's very understated. It allows you to decide how you want to feel about everything that they're showing you. The characters have emotions and the movie hits certain emotional cues, but it never feels deceptive. Every event in the movie feels like a thing that just happened. Like that's just the truth of it. It never feels like something happens because the movie needs it to. And every character feels like a real person. The movie doesn't try to deceive you into feeling a certain way about any particular character. No one is drawn to look good or evil, and the presentation of the movie shows that everyone is just a person. Our protagonist, Suzu, is a very creative person. She comes up with these fantasy stories, she draws these drawings. It's her escape. This is going to become really important to the theme of this movie, which is how we find happiness. Throughout this movie, there are things that she wants that she doesn't get. There are things that she loves that are taken away from her. But she keeps moving on. One of the key factors of the movie is that Suzu is married off to another family. And she willingly accepts this because that's the culture and that time and place, and it's just the way things are done. But there's a whole other life she could have lived. But that's okay, because now she's married to someone who loves her and supports her. And she comes to love him too. And then World War II starts. And then we have to deal with there's not a lot of food, people are dying. What are we going to do? We're going to move on. There are some devastating and horrible things that happen in this movie. But the movie's trying to tell us that we can live with those things. Now, there are a lot of similarities here to Grave of the Fireflies, where it's about civilians during a war, it's about culture, it's about generational differences. Difference is, Grave of the Fireflies is about the tragedy, whereas In This Corner of the World is about the reaction to that tragedy. The movie is saying, no matter what happened, you still have a life, and you owe it to yourself and the people around you to live that life. This is also a really well-directed movie. They do so much to bring you into the world of this character and of this time. Even though the art style is simplistic, it does such a good job of expressing everything you need to know about every place that you're in and every character that you see. And the sound design in this movie rivals that of a Ghibli film. It's so atmospheric, and it completely brings you into the world. One of the things that I value most about movies is their ability to take a universal truth and convey it in a way that feels new. And the idea of not wallowing in your sadness and instead letting yourself be happy and letting yourself live your life is one of those universal truths. And we all know that that's true, but sometimes we need a movie to remind us why that lesson is important. The movie does that in spades. In This Corner of the World gets an A+.